Timbuktu thrived as a vibrant center of trade and culture under Mansa Musa. Merchants and students filled the streets, exchanging goods and knowledge.
Scholars gathered in mosques to study astronomy, law, and literature. Libraries brimmed with manuscripts, safeguarding knowledge for generations.
Caravans from the Sahara brought salt, gold, and precious manuscripts.
Streets buzzed with merchants, students, and artisans, each contributing to the city's vibrancy.
Gold dust flowed through Timbuktu's markets, powering one of the richest economies of the medieval world. Ideas were exchanged freely, making Timbuktu a beacon of intellectual life.
Books were crafted by hand, turning knowledge into one of Timbuktu's most valuable treasures. From Timbuktu, trade routes stretched across the Sahara to the Mediterranean world. Education was practical, visual, and deeply respected. As night fell, Timbuktu rested, ready to awaken again as a city of trade and knowledge.
This opulent court belonged to Mansa Musa, the emperor whose dominion stretched across West Africa.
Mali was ruled through careful administration, diplomacy, and merit-based leadership. Mali controlled much of the world's gold, shaping global economies. Wealth was invested into cities, education, and lasting institutions.
From West Africa, Mali's trade networks reached across continents.
Justice and stability formed the backbone of Mali's prosperity. In 1324, Mansa Musa began a journey that would change world history. Tens of thousands traveled with him, carrying unimaginable wealth. The caravan crossed the Sahara, a movable empire beneath the sun. Cairo had never witnessed wealth on such a scale.
Gold flooded the markets, reshaping Cairo's economy for years.
Mansa Musa's journey altered global trade and currency values.
In Mecca, Mansa Musa fulfilled his religious duty before the world.
He invited scholars and architects to help shape a greater Timbuktu. New ideas would soon reshape the skyline of Timbuktu. The emperor returned with new knowledge, vision, and allies. With wealth and wisdom, Timbuktu was about to reach its peak.
Timbuktu welcomed back the ruler who had stunned the world.
Timbuktu transformed into a monumental city of stone, mud, and knowledge. Sankore became one of the world's greatest centers of learning. Scholars studied the stars to understand time, travel, and the universe.
Mathematics and law shaped governance, trade, and daily life.
Books became valuable commodities, traded like gold. Within these libraries lay centuries of human knowledge.
Medicine combined empirical observation with centuries of accumulated knowledge.
Navigation knowledge guided traders safely across deserts and rivers.
Mali was no longer isolated. It was known across the world.
For the first time, Europe acknowledged Africa's great empire. Great wealth attracts attention and danger. Even the greatest empires face moments of weakness.
In 1337, the empire lost the man who had held it together.
Without Musa's authority, unity began to weaken.
As trade shifted, Timbuktu's wealth began to fade.
Systems built for prosperity now served personal ambition.
Knowledge followed stability, and stability was slipping away.
As Mali weakened, Songhai prepared to take its place. Timbuktu slipped from Mali's grasp, marking the end of an era. The Songhai inherited Timbuktu's wealth and responsibility. For a time, trade and learning returned.
To the north, Morocco planned to seize the gold trade.
In 1591, an arm crossed the Sahara to claim Timbuktu. Gunpowder ended centuries of African dominance.
Those who preserved knowledge were targeted first.
In silence, families saved what empires could not.
Timbuktu was not conquered, it was broken!
Timbuktu's population collapsed, its voice nearly silenced. For centuries, Timbuktu vanished from the worldly memory.
A powerful civilization was reduced to a footnote, or a myth. And there, at the bend of the river, the golden spires of Timbuktu reached for the heavens, shining brighter than 1,000 suns.
When Europeans finally arrived, they were unprepared for the truth.
Despite everything, the knowledge survived.
Evidence was ignored when it challenged existing beliefs.
For centuries, the truth waited in silence.
In the 20th century, long-buried knowledge came back into the light. These texts challenged centuries of misunderstanding. The manuscripts proved Africa's scientific and intellectual depth.
Technology ensured the knowledge would never be lost again.
Look at how detailed this is. The kingdom of Kush was so advanced.
And this map shows their trade routes.
Timbuktu still stands, carrying the weight of centuries.
Even today, Timbuktu's heritage remains under threat.
Culture survived where armies failed.
The spirit of Sankor never truly vanished.
The world finally acknowledged what Africa had always known.
Knowledge can be buried, but it can never be destroyed. Timbuktu challenges what we think we know about civilization.
Wealth fades. Knowledge endures.
While Europe struggled, Timbuktu thrived on knowledge.
History is not just what happened, it's what survived.
Even the greatest systems can vanish if knowledge is not protected.
As long as knowledge survives, so does civilization.
Africa's story did not end. It continues.
With this in the lieux compressifs.
Power fades. Knowledge endures.
This history was always there. It was simply hidden.
As long as knowledge survives, so does humanity.
Civilizations are judged not by conquest, but by what they preserve.
Every generation decides what the future will remember. Time covers all things, but never erases meaning.
Their voices still echo in the stones.
Words outlive walls and empires. Silence does not mean absence.
The future still belongs to those who remember.
Some stories never truly end.
This is not a legend. This is history.
One man was richer than every king in Europe combined.
Africa had universities, while Europe still learned in shadows.
Hidden, not lost.
An entire civilization was erased.
Timbuktu.
Africa had universities before Europe.
Mali controlled the world's most valuable resource.
This is what was lost.
This was a city built on learning. These books recorded advanced science.
Trade and knowledge moved together. Ordinary people saved history.
Protect knowledge. Protect humanity.
Dedicated to the guardians of knowledge.